Okay, so this is part 2 of the Brown Bess reconstruction. And what we're going to be doing today is just doing a little inspection of the condition of the parts on this gun, the way I received it. Now, I haven't really looked at it much other than when I took it out of the box. So the things that we discover on this video we're going to be discovering together. I have not done anything other than take the stuff out of the box. Oh, and I cut off the there was a the original tang bolt was here, and the original swivel mount was on this lug here, and I went and cut those off because they were all damaged and rusted, and I'd have had to cut them off anyway just to get them off of the gun. But that's all I've done. So what I'm going to do is start with the lock and show you guys the condition of the lock. Pretty much it looks to me to be in pretty good condition. It's solid. It's really tight. Doesn't appear to be any loose parts or anything on there. Put it back in half cock. Just needs to be greased up and lubed, and you can see the all the markings on here. There's the date. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it says 1778 on it. There's the maker, and right now I've got the lock in half cock position, and the springs appear to be working very well. It's just really stiff and hard to operate because it's all rusted and not really cleaned up very well. But the lock seems to be in pretty good shape. There's no loose parts on it. We'll know more when we start taking these screws out. How they're whether they're stripped or not, or if they're rusted in there or what. But we'll see. I did see a little gap here at the pan, where the frizzen hits the pan. There's a gap there. You could probably see it, like right there. So this is not a waterproof pan. Not sure what I can do to fix that. Maybe I can fix it. I don't know. We'll see. But all in all, the lock looks to be pretty solid. Doesn't look like there's any major damage or anything on it. The side bolt threads look to be pretty good. Just need to be cleaned up probably. But all in all, it looks like a pretty good solid lock. The next thing we're going to look at now is the barrel. Here's a ramrod. Ramrod's all rusted. You can see that it's not straight, so we'll have to straighten that out a little bit. But it's a ramrod, so I guess it'll do its job. And here's the barrel. Came with the breech plug intact. I don't even know if this breech plug can even be removed because, well, I'm not going to try to remove it. I'm just going to clean it up and get all this rust off of it. It came with the barrel lugs already in it, or still in it. And the hole is drilled. My problem is I'm not sure if I can drill through the stock and make it through that hole, because I'd have to line it up pretty good to get it right through that hole, right where they are. So the worst case scenario, I'll probably have to file these down and solder on some new lug bolts, or barrel lugs, and then just go from there. But all in all, at least physically, the barrel looks like it's in good shape. I don't see any bulges or cracks or anything like that on there. But again, we'll know more once I get this rust cleaned up. The interior of the barrel also is rusted too. So I'm going to have to spend a lot of time getting the rust off of here and get this barrel polished up. But all in all, I guess it looks like it's the barrel's in At least physically, it's in good shape. It doesn't look like there's any damage or abnormalities in it. Again, we'll tell more when we get this thing, get all the rust off of it and get it cleaned up. All right, let's set this aside. Now the stock. I don't know what kind of wood this is, but it looks to be pretty nice wood. We'll see how it takes a stain. But the ramrod tubes, they've already been installed, but you can see here that, well, first off, they kind of look like they're not inlet, all the way down. They look like there's too much of them protruding out of the bottom here. I'm not sure if that's right or wrong, but it is what it is. You can't really fix it now because they're already inletted. The pins are already in, and if you go any deeper, you'll probably go right through the stock. But anyway, I guess they're all right. But what I was going to say is you could see where they put in some putty and stuff in between here, and all that stuff's going to be removed once I take these barrel or these ramrod tubes out and start polishing up this brass. You can see some here too, around the outside of this side plate. Trigger guard looks to be pretty good. And the butt plate inletting looks to be all right. No real damage there or anything like that. It looks to be in pretty good shape. It can be a little bit more filed down because I could feel the lump right here. Moving along the other side of the barrel. Doesn't look like there's any major damage around here. Oop, what was this? Oh, splinter. Well, here's something. Oh, look, it's cracked. The top rail is cracked. It doesn't look too bad. I could probably just glue that down and repair that. That's too bad, though. Everything else looks to be good on this stock. There's a big old line right here where it got scratched or something. Hopefully we can sand that out. But all in all, I guess other than this crack here, the stock itself looks to be in pretty good shape. This is my first brown Bess that I've ever built, so I'm kind of like discovering things too. Figuring out how this thing was put together. But all in all, it looks pretty good. Now, the lock has been pre-inletted, but it doesn't fit. So there's going to be some final inletting that needs to be done. One thing I did notice on that barrel, though, is they went and drilled the touch hole. They just drilled a hole right here. I suppose that's the way they did it back in the day. But I don't know if that touch hole will line up with the pan. So when I get the barrel in here, obviously I'll probably need to inlet the barrel so that it fits properly. But I don't know how that barrel will line up with that hole that they drilled or with the touch hole that they drilled. So I'm probably going to get that barrel inlet first and then make the lock fit where it needs to fit before I start inletting the lock. So but all in all, I think the gun itself is in pretty good shape, being what it is. It's all original parts, so they got to be all cleaned up and prepped up before the gun can be put together. But with this first inspection, I'm just looking at stuff here. You know, all this brass needs to be shined up. You can see some tool marks and stuff still on that muzzle cap. But all in all, it looks to be in pretty good shape, just like a regular kit gun. But this is a Brown Bess restoration in that we're going to be putting on original parts onto this newer stock. So we'll see how it all fits together. Anyway, so this is part 2, just a quick video. Next thing I'll probably do is start removing the rust off of that barrel and cleaning up all this metal first, and then I'll disassemble the gun, all of this brass stuff off the gun, and prep all that brass as well. Anyway, that's it for now. Cashstick Bowcraft, thanks for watching.